Hello everybody. Hi. Technical difficulties over here. Technical difficulties. I'm back. Hello. Man, oh man. When something goes wrong on the signal end of it here, I have to figure out what's going on. So it's not as easy as just going live. I have to play the technician man too. So I'm back. I'm here. I see 26 of you. We were up to 300 and something, and I failed miserably on my technical part. But I'm back. Here we go. Here we are. Oh gosh, there's black squirrels. Check that out. There are two black squirrels running away. I don't think I've ever seen black squirrels. I think that's the first time I've ever seen black squirrels. They're running behind that piece of equipment. I don't know where they're going. Anyways, I apologize. So when when I lose signal on my end, I have to figure out what's going on. And I figured out exactly what is going on. So I'm on this iPhone, which doesn't have a SIM card. So I stream through this phone right here. And during the middle of that live stream, this phone got a notification. And it said, hey, it's AT&T. You used 100% of your 5 gig mobile hotspot data during this bill cycle. Cindy, thank you so much. So unfortunately, I had to drive back here to the building, and I paid for internet. So I'm connected to my internet here, my Wi-Fi here now. Let me grab my keys. Let's go inside. Let's go check everything out. Now, the door that is open, I do have to walk down a ways, and hopefully I don't get disconnected. So I can't use my mobile hotspot anymore. I didn't realize there was a cap on the mobile hotspot. So I was down there. I did not find any pennies. I'm not sure if you got it. I didn't find any smash pennies, that is. I found 2 pennies. Let's go. I may disconnect for a quick second. I think I figured it all out. So no worries. Should I have brought a razor with me? That is my question. Okay, we are here. This is the secret access room right here. I found 2 of the pennies. 2 of the pennies. So I did, however, create my own hand washing station. Did I show you guys that yet? So here is my own hand washing station. Remember to wipe your hooves. And there's my utility sink that I have. Hey, how's it going? So I have it sitting out here. And what I did creatively, let's show you what happens here. You come off, I took that spigot off. This is the hot water spigot. It's just cold water. And it runs down through an adapter, which switches to a garden hose. The garden hose goes underneath this sink here, and I've tied in right there. I put a splitter, and then the drain hose, I accessed their clean out port. I came over here to this, and I switched to a flexible drain hose. This way I could move the sink around if needed, and that's it. We're gonna have our own hand washing station, and it's not going to cost me anything but what I purchased here, but I can take it everywhere with me as long as I can be so close to a drain and water hookup. There is an option of always draining it right into a tub of some sorts and emptying the tub every now and then, but it's kind of right after you exit the spot. Now my lights aren't on. Let's go turn our lights on, and I'm going to show you everything else I did. But that right there saves me a lot of time and a lot of money. I feel like rentals are useless. You don't get your money back out of it. This was a fraction of the cost. And the only issue we're going to have is I'm looking for one of those paper towel dispensers, something you can buy a roll of brown paper towels. and dispense a whole bunch of paper towels at once rather than utilize expensive paper towels. But let's go in here. This is the room. Now, they actually had to come here and add this spigot. Well, the spigot was here, but it was way up there. So they dropped the spigot, and then they had an issue. There was a leak, and water was spilling out everywhere, and there's actually a blank pipe up there. But let's go ahead and turn our lights on for the area. Now, I have them plugged into two different circuits. This is circuit number 7, breaker number 7, and this one's breaker number 9. I didn't want to overload their breaker and have an issue with that. So there's my lights. They should be up and running. Here's my coffee. And there's my lights. Okay, guys. So we're back. We're here. I don't even know where to start here. I'm going to turn around in just a second and show you some things. But we obviously have all of these straw bales here. Okay, let's talk about the straw bales. I'm not very happy about the straw bales. Oh man, I'm not very happy. There's a couple reasons why I'm not happy about the straw. Well, also first, look in each bay that I made, there are signs. We had all these signs that you guys have sent us, and we hang them up inside the booth area. But let's go ahead and take a look at these straw bales. This is the supplier I was informed they had for the New York State Fair. Well, I told the guy on the phone before I ever got here, I said, listen, they have to be very tightly packed. People sit on these, thousands of people sit on these, so we have to have heavy, tight bales. Okay, now a straw bale around me costs $3 or $4, but regardless, the guy shows up. I never even asked because it's usually a nominal price. You don't really pay that much for the straw bales. And the guy dropped them off all right here. Huge stack of them. I didn't really even get to pick them up. They were just dropped, and then I paid the bill. Well, as I started handling them, I realized they are, let me just show you something here. These are not, what do you call it? Heavy at all. These are not heavy. I'm just, who could do that? Who could do that with a straw bale? So they're very light and they're very loose. Like, they're very loose. They are breaking apart everywhere. I can only imagine what's gonna happen. They're so loose, they're so light. And then I said, all right, let's square up. And he told me the bill for there's 100 of these bales and there's 30 of the hay bales. And the hay bales, the quality is good, but they're also loosely packed. I end up paying $9 a bale. Highway robbery. $9 a bale on my straw and $9 a bale on my hay. I was not happy. I've already started researching other places. He is the supplier for the fairgrounds, so I decided I'd use him, but I was shocked. It was already here. It was but if I drive out, I did look in the marketplace. There's other places to get straw and there's other places to get hay. The only problem is I want to make sure the hay is good for the goats, and I want to make sure that the straw bales are tight. So if I'm driving around New York looking around, I can't take any word from the farmers. I need to see it for myself. So that's one issue. Sorry about that. I don't know when I muted you, but we're back. So there's Goat Mountain. I must have muted it out. Did I mute you out when I told you I made the gate out of a pallet? It's all quirky. I don't use a tape measure. I'm not sure where I left off here. But Goat Mountain, first time I've ever made it from pallets. And I think it's kind of cool. It's a little different than our normal area, our normal thing, but when you stand back and you look right here, you can see ramps and you can see platforms. Now, of course, I was nervous about goats getting their little hooves stuck inside of here, so I put wire on top of the pallets. And this thing is strong. It is strong. I can walk on it. If it can hold me, it can hold the goats. And of course, Goat Mountain with just some pieces of wood that come up to a peak, all pallet wood, all leftover stuff. But the goats should be able to come up here. We'll get an aerial view of the way everything looks. Over that way is some famous potato thing. I'm not sure. Over here is the butterfly booth. I've already had my first news reporter reach out to me and do an interview over the phone. So I didn't do the little ramp here. I'm still debating whether or not I'm gonna need to. But what I like about this whole area is I think we're gonna allow little kids or people, anybody, this will be a part of the experience, coming inside of this area and sitting down. And of course, I've got a platform there. I've got a platform behind me. I've got a couple bales so people can sit and feel like they're inside of this enclosed area until one of the goats pees up top and pees all over them. I did think about that, but that's the risk they're going to take. So it's a lot of little details that end up slowing you down. First off, we don't like using brand new 2x4s, and all of my 2x4s I bought were brand new, so all of this had to be stained in a rustic looking stain. So every 2x4 was stained. All of the planks that you see here came from pallets that I had to disassemble. All of the gates were built, this gate and that gate down there were built out of this type of stuff, all pallets. I'm using 2x4s going up. I even had to stain going up these boards here and down those boards there to kind of give it the same look going across. I built this little check-in area. This is the check-in. Now, one thing I did do, and I haven't put it up yet, but it will look like this. Because I think we can add more to this sign. I just wanted to talk to my wife about it. I think it needs to say unlimited time, no time limit. So what it is it's your sign that goes right above. And Lauren did a great job on painting these. Look at the cute little goats. Henny sent $55 super sticker. Thank you very much. So she painted these cute little goats that go up there. But I think we could add a couple more things here. Unlimited time, goat snuggling, whatever. I could raise that or lower it as much as I want. Goats aren't here yet, obviously. So when you get over here, this is where you'll pay. I built this box out of more scrap wood here, and that's literally so she can be protected. Her cash register can be protected. You know, when you're dealing with lots of cash, you want to make sure that that's protected. Then I have this little area that you can walk in. I made it skinny on purpose, but there's a little shelf down there. There's this, got place for somebody to set their purse down when they're checking out. I think I thought of everything. I think I got it all. I do have a sign up there that says baby goat snuggling. I went ahead, I have to keep these things up here, but unfortunately the signs where all the grommets are don't line up with the spacings there. So I had to go buy some special clips last night to see if I can hang some more signs up along this area here. And I don't know where my educational banners went. They're gone. And this is what fuels me through the day. Cheez-Its, extra toasty. That's been fueling me. I obviously had to go buy more screws. I needed short drywall screws, longer drywall screws, and more deck screws. This whole thing used a lot of hardware. A lot of hardware. Somebody gave me a bunch of flowers too. It's cool. Yes, Lauren is coming here. What else do I have to share about this area? I know it, honestly, it doesn't, to me, for the amount of time I've been working on it, I can't justify, like, why didn't I get more done? I obviously, there's more signage here. I had to go through and figure out a lot of these pallets that were given to us. A lot of them had pieces. Well, look, I put fillers, you know, in between the two joints. I put fillers there. I put filler there. And all of that required me to disassemble more pallets. So I put a filler there because some of these openings were wide enough that I thought maybe a small goat might get out. Then I had to put more planks around areas that were missing planks. This is a piece of hemp string that goes all the way down the run. And when Lauren gets here with all the pictures of the goats, see, the line is gonna form out here. This is the butterfly exhibit. And people then, we're gonna put the stanchions right here. The stanchions are gonna go here. People are gonna enter right here. All of the baby goat pictures will be hanging on this going down, right? Now, Mindy's been working on working on 7 different crates for us to hold all of this shirt. So these shelves will go away, and we have pallet wood crates that will go along this side. They'll go here, probably wrap around this way. You can then wash your hands, and the checkout will be right there. So I haven't done much on this area over here, but like random pieces like this shouldn't necessarily be there. I know it looks awkward, but when you had opened the new gate I built right here, the weight of the gate and thousands of people using it was causing this wall to tip over. So I figured there might as well be some sort of buffer zone between the person doing checkout and that. Hopefully they don't take the pictures, right? Are we bringing the TV for the Hope video? I don't think so. I think that ship has sailed. We're so far away from home. Oh, I realize now that I have to get back up there. I had only put an anchor point on these giant banners there and there. Day one, these did not sag, but now they're starting to sag. So I got to get up there on the ladder today, pull these banners nice and tight. What else? Oh, so what else I would like to do is areas like this. So this is where I love to put the hay for the goats. You stuff it in here. But if you notice, there's no horizontal board here. So I want to go through with more pallets today, and I want to put a couple horizontal boards and make each one of these little areas that's in between where they sit. I need to put some way to hold the hay there because I love it when the goats jump up and eat the hay. So that's where all the hay is going to be dispersed. Christy Tidwell, thanks for the $1.49. The wrinkles kind of came out of the banner, kind of. We think that stroller parking might be right there. Hopefully that's an option. I don't think there's any vendors going to be there. And then we'll come look out of here. Hey, thank Mindy. She's got a brush shoe cleaner. Here is my hay storage. This is for what they're going to eat. I'm not allowed to store the hay inside the building, which, tell me how silly that seems. I'm not allowed to store the hay inside the building per the code of the fire marshal, even though all of our seats are straw. Anyways, they provided me with the tarp. See, what they told me is they were going to provide us shelter for the hay bales. Well, You're looking at my shelter. This is what I was given. Nancy Allen, thank you so much for the super sticker. Let's show you the quality of the hay. I can tell you it smells really good. Sarah Young, $20 super sticker. Thank you. So here you go. This is the hay. It's got a mixture of a little bit of alfalfa and mostly orchard grass, or grasses. But, so I'm not concerned about the quality. The quality looks amazing. I think they're going to be fine on it. What I'm concerned about is I paid $9 a bale for this, and we have the same scenario. Very loosely packed bales. Very loosely packed bales. And very light. Very light. Carrie Levine, thank you for the super sticker. $20. No, $19.99. It shouldn't be that loose. The bales are only 30, 35 pounds, maybe 40 if I'm lucky. There's so much variance between each bale. One bale will weigh 25 pounds and one bale will weigh 45 pounds. Not worth the $9 each, absolutely not. So, another concern of mine is that I ordered the 30 bales thinking that would be good for 13 days. However, if they're going to eat, if it's not as much hay that they're going to process through it faster, I'm going to need to get some more hay. So, I don't know. Listen, the guy who provided it is a very nice older gentleman, and he said he's been providing the hay for the fairs for 30 years. Most likely, and I noticed this with another farmer that I used to get hay from, is that as they get older, the hay bales get smaller or lighter or loosely packed because it's easier for them to handle. He's probably got to be in his 70s. And he can't handle the 50-pound bales or 60-pound bales like he used to. So most likely that's what happened over time, and he became the staple of supplying the fair. Listen, if it's $9 for a hay bale over here, Donna Bell, no way. Donna Bell just sent a $50 super. Thank you very much. If it's $9 for a hay bale, I really don't think the $10 entry fee is going to be all that much, especially if it said right there, if my wife is watching, unlimited time or no time limit. That would be really cool. Thank you, Donna Bell. Appreciate it very much. I kind of got suckered into the deal. You know what I mean? I got told that was and these extra ones right here are going to be broke open and spread across the floor. Is it going to be slippery? I don't think it's going to be that bad, actually. It's not as bad as the farm show was. Oh, and there's my internet. So I felt like I was interrupted a lot over the last 2 days. I had to meet with the internet guy to set that up. Obviously the hay guy. Jeffrey, what are you doing? Jeff just sent a $50 super. What are you doing? Thank you very much. Jeff went and saw the cows last night. He's been baiting them in with grains. He has each one of them has their own grain bin bucket, and he wants to gain their trust. And he wants Android users to double tap your phone to like the video. Oh, yeah, unlimited snuggles, something like that. Thank you, Jeff, for spending the time getting Chuck, Uno, and Cinco to earn your trust. His plan is to eventually get them close enough and trust him that he can soak a glove in some of the stuff that gets rid of flies and just basically rub him down at his own free will, because he gets so scared. He runs away from us every time that we go over there, especially with the device in our hands. So thank you, Jeff. We appreciate that very much. I was watching you last night, and it seemed like it's working. Lori was kind of frightened by the cows. She actually called me and said, Jay, I need to know what to do with the cows if they get out of the fence. And I said, call Jeff, and if he's not around, call the police. I'm not around, and there's nothing I can do, and we have wild bulls on the run. You're going to have to call the police because they can then get a hold of the game warden and take care of the situation. Most likely they would just, I don't know what they would do, but she was nervous that they might get outside the fence, and I had to reassure her they've been in that fence since they were babies. Chuck is going on 4 years old or something like that, and that's the only fence they've ever known. The only time they've ever gotten out of that fence is if the fence has been down on the ground. They've never charged through the fence, so we don't have to worry about that, I don't think. As long as we can maintain the fence line, keep them in there. Jeff doesn't need anybody there with him. He's got an understanding with the cows. You would know if you were in his shoes or my shoes. You would understand that relationship that you have with the cows. But yeah, Jeff's been working on that. He wants to train them to be friendly and up close again. This way he can put the fly stuff on them. But by the time you know it, the fall is going to be here, and they're not going to need it. No way. Henny, did you just send another? No, you didn't. Wait, something popped up on my screen. I think that's old. Yeah, that's old. Thank you. There's a line of things. Oh, you should see the sunrise that I got this morning. They tranquilize them unless they're going to do harm, then they would, Yes, I know. I do know. Look at the sunrise I got this morning. I don't know why my phone focused like this, but I do want to show it to you. It turned out kind of cool and crazy at the same time. This was nuts. This was the sunrise this morning through the trees. I actually captured a black spot on the sun. Look at that. It was so eerie looking this morning. It just had come up out of the... Look at that. I actually captured one of the black spots. And then it focused to that. So, Angela Hart, what are you doing? Angela, thank you. Angela just sent $99 super chat. Thank you. It was very nice of you. All right, so today's plan. Let's think about today's plan. I'm going to run and grab more pallets. Dale Davis sent $19.99 super. Thank you very much. You guys are awesome. I want to take more pallets and take them apart. So I have to go collect more pallets. I need to add self-closers on the doors. 99 pounds, not dollars. Well, I don't know what a pound is versus a dollar. I'm sorry. I don't know what that is. So I need to add self-closers on these doors. These doors need to be able to swing shut on themselves. So I'm going to add some bungee cords that go from there to there, and it will shut the door. You're welcome, Angela. Forever homes for the bulls and pigs. Have I thought about finding forever homes for the bulls and the pigs? That was the question. How would you guys feel about that? Let me get an honest opinion, because yes, have I thought about it? Absolutely. I don't have time. I don't have time, and it's scary to think, where would they go? I don't think I could ever find anybody that would keep bulls as pets. I don't think there's anybody that would do that. So at least, even if I'm not giving them as much attention as I should be, because I can't, because I don't have the time, then maybe at least I can keep them alive and let them live a happy life. Right? See, a lot of them say I wouldn't. They're part of the farm from day one. Carol thinks rehome them. We do have plenty of room. Now, the difference between like, let's say you said Contact, I'm a Survivor, or Lester, right? So, yeah, I know he wouldn't use them for meat, right? Most likely he's not going to take them, though. They're not Longhorns. He's Longhorn Lester. The problem with what I do versus what they do is take a look around. We travel around and do this. Steinmetzfamilyfarm baby goat snuggling. This is our income. This is what we do. So we are busy with events throughout the year. Lots of events, lots of birthday parties, lots of goat rentals, lots of retirement homes, lots of fairs and festivals. And so we're always busy. So my problem is I don't have the time like he does. His content is his business. What he does for a living is he records. Hey, Melissa, thank you so much for the 1999. He and other farmers that are online creators, they focus on creating content every day for y'all to see. And that's how they bring their income in. I, on the other hand, don't have the luxury of bringing in income through social media yet. Not right now. There's not enough for us to do that. One day, maybe. But I'll be honest with you. Sometimes I just don't want to turn the camera on. I don't want to go live. I love you guys. I do. But sometimes I just don't want to talk to you. I don't want to entertain. I don't want to have to think about content. I want to just be inside my head and do what I've got to do. This online creating thing and letting you guys into my life is been going on for roughly 2 years now, and it's starting to wear on me. It is. It went through my head yesterday that I don't want to do it anymore. I'm sorry. I hate to say that, but it did. It went through my head, and I thought to myself, why am I doing this? What is the point? This isn't my livelihood through this screen right here. This is not what makes me income. It does make me some income, guys. I'm not going to lie about that, but not like this. This right here, what I do here is where we bring our income from. And this here, it gets very, it wears on your soul. You know what I mean? When I battle with Facebook over monetization, when I can't really spend the time to invest in videos to get the monetization I would need from YouTube, it wears on you because you start thinking about, what am I doing here? Why am I here every day, right? I'm here mainly because I love it. When I first started going live, it had nothing to do with the money, right? I didn't have a scheduled time frame up until after Hope was born. I came up with the 7-Eleven. Prior to that, though, I was just going live whenever I thought it was awesome. Oh, damn, son, all you do is talk nonsense. Oh, really? Damn, son, all you do is listen to nonsense. So anyways, no, I haven't got anything back from Facebook. That's all. I mean, I'm just open. I'm honest with you guys about what is going on in here, right? And here. And I let you know how I'm feeling. And that's how I've been feeling for the last few days. But this is a stressful time, getting all of this set up. I'm so far away from home. I miss my wife. I miss my animals. I miss my kids. I'm gone. I'm away, and there's a lot of traveling and a lot of work. What are you going to do in the winter, Diane? We have the Pennsylvania Farm Show. Now we're banking on the fact that this New York State Fair is going to really give us, it was expensive to be here. And it's all a mystery. It's all a mystery. We don't know how we're going to do. We don't know how well received we're going to be. We don't know how well received that $10 price tag is going to be. All of it is up in the air. But we've really put all of our eggs in one basket here. Actually, two, because we're doing the Allentown Fair as well. But we put all our eggs in one basket because something like this, based on similar numbers from other events, is going to change our lives. It's going to basically, what I see, set us up to the point where we can afford help on the farm, or we can afford to not book small events in between the big events. We're hoping that something like this is going to give us the stabilization that we need, rather than the ups and downs that we've been experiencing. Now, obviously, if we didn't invest into all of this, we would have been here. But after this, we hope to be here and floating with a buffer zone for help on the farm, and not as much chaos going around. Hopefully giving me more time to focus on content and taking care of the animals, right? That's all. I do apologize about the bad live stream earlier this morning. Realized that my mobile hotspot ran out of data, so I wasn't able to continue. So I need a goat to snuggle. Yes, I do. Michelle Peak, no, I don't. Right now, listen, I am only just talking openly about my feelings. I'm not making any decisions about stopping the 7-Eleven. I'm just letting you know what's gone through my head. That's all. Not making any decisions at all. No. Cheryl Greco, thank you for the $4.99. Maggie Rowlands, thank you for the $2. I need a snuggle from my honey. That's right, I do need a snuggle from my honey, and she probably needs one from me. Wes is growing. You guys remember Wes? Wes is the smallest runt. He is now upgraded to bigger belly bands. He's over 4 pounds, so he's doing good. Maggie, wow, thank you for the $50 super sticker. I appreciate it very much. You guys are awesome. I enjoy giving you guys good content every day. I don't want to give you content where I'm, me, oh my. That's not what I want to do. I want to give you this. I want to give you happy content. I want to show you guys people that are changed by our goats and that we've done good in life. I want to share all of that stuff. I don't like sharing the negative. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, PJB. Stretched so thin. I only wished it actually worked in the stomach. You spread me so thin. I wish that I actually would thin out a little bit. Tracy says, I give you peace of mind every day. Yeah, thank you. No, I'm not leaving, Kurt. I'm not. All I'm doing is just opening up and sharing what's going on. Oh, well, bye, Carrie. We'll see you later. Appreciate it very much. Mildred says, I look good. Thank you. Nancy Allen, thanks for the $4. Well, yeah, I think I'm going to get most of it done today. Tomorrow, probably wrap up some small details. I know Mindy's going to come with the boxes that she made for the merch. I'd really like to get that all wrapped up. And then I got to hop in this is a big one. I have so many goat stuffed animals. Right? And I have to figure out where I'm going to put all of them. I was thinking of having one big drum, filled with them, but I have multiple drums of stuffed animals. I don't know exactly how to display them. That's my next thing. I was thinking possibly, You see these vertical posts that I put here? I only put those there really to hang up all the lights for the mood lighting. But I was wondering if there was a way to hang the goat stuffies up and down each one of these pillars right here, like a carnival, and then you could pluck them down one at a time. But I'm not exactly sure how I could actually do that, how I could accomplish that, because it's a stuffed animal that's about 10 inches tall. It's a goat, and I'd like to have them so you could just pull them down. But if you start pulling them down off there, then they're blank, then you'd have to put more of them down. I don't know. I'm confused. I'm confused on how to, you see zip ties, and how do you get them down? You can't reach up there, but I'd like them up there and be able to quickly grab them down. Command strips. Theft will be high. Ooh, this is true. Yes, if they're displayed right there, theft will be high. Yeah. We've had that issue before in the past where we've lost merchandise at our place. So let's think here. This place is supposed to get 600,000 people in this building alone. Now the fair gets over 1 million people, right? So if you get over 100 million and 600,000 over 13 days come through here, that's a lot of people. How many people are you going to get to actually come in your booth? We think that, I hope, fingers crossed, I hope there's going to be a line. We want there to be a line that goes down that way, and we want people to have to wait, right? If that's the case, how many people can you fit in here to snuggle baby goats? Well, let's go around and just quickly check it out. I'd say comfortably 3. I'd say comfortably 6, 9, 12, 15, 20, 22, I'm gonna go around this area here, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Well, you know what? Let's do it this way. There's about 90 bales in here, and I'd say at least you can fit 1 to 2 people per bale. If you had 200 people in here, well, that's more people than goats. So, also, just so you guys know, look, I have areas. I created areas underneath the ramps. This was purposeful. Well, it always works out purposeful. I created areas underneath that goats that want to get away from people have a place to hide and leave and get away from them. Because I know one of the big issues is, are you overworking the goats? Now, we're going to have a trailer here with air conditioning as well, so if anybody feels slightly off, we can. Listen, I got that part under control, but we can fit a lot of people in here. If you build it, they will come. Correct. Burn dairy, not brine. Oh, burn. Oh, it is called Burn Deli. Whoops. Little snot-nosed boys corral under there to grab them anyways. Maybe. Cheryl's coming into town later tonight, so Cheryl Fuchs is going to be here. She got a hotel room, so I might go crash her hotel room because I've been sleeping in the back of the trailer. And I do have a sleeping bag and a pillow this time, so I'm feeling pretty good. Get yourself on the New York Station News. So the Syracuse News is already going to run an article, and then they're going to be here on day like 2 or 3, and they want to do an interview with us to get on the news. So we're already started with that. That's perfect. Gina, do we have enough volunteers? You can never have enough volunteers. Actually, you can. It's true, you can. I don't know. That's something you would have to bring up with Lauren. I'm not sure. I haven't slept at all. Oh, Cheryl is going to be a mess. She hasn't slept. Nope, Heather, baby goat snuggling has not been done in the past. If you don't soon come home, I'm going to be forced to head north. Come on up, Jeff. So you ask about whether it's been done before. So this old couple, and I hate to say old, but I'm saying they're probably 80, 85. They came through this big door yesterday. They came walking by real slow, kind of hunched over a little bit, kind of with that old voice, and they looked across the way and they said, "Hey, that looks like it's going to be fun for people. I don't know exactly what's going on, but that looks like it's going to be fun." And I said, "Yeah, it's baby goat snugglies." "Well, we've been coming here for 30, 50 years. We don't even know what century it is." I swear to you, this is what he was saying to me. And I was like, "Yeah, it's baby goat snuggling. You can come in here and snuggle the goats." We've never been here. This is our first year. It's my wife's crazy idea. And he was more there than she was. Because she kept saying, "I don't remember you being here last year." And he's like, "Yeah, they said they wasn't here." So basically, they thought it was an amazing idea. Long story short, what they liked is they just looked at this and they thought, "Wow, this is awesome. Never been here before." I summed it up in a younger man's voice, but yeah, they were so cute together. They were awesome, and they walked away down into the sunset. I don't know what they were doing, but they really stopped and admired what was happening here. So. And they're old timers. They've been here a long time, so this seemed well received by even the old timers. Perfect. Thank you, Carol. Appreciate that. Yeah, I think that's about it, y'all. I've got to figure out the water solution. A self water or something that stays full all the time is obviously usually the easiest thing to do, but I might just go with the hose and bucket system. This way we'll just be in control of that. Right, Heather? I think so too. And yeah. The setup is huge. It's a lot of space. There's roughly almost 1,700 square feet. Do we have soap for the sink? I do not have soap for the sink yet. I hope I make $1 million too, but that's a little beyond what we were thinking. It's way beyond what we were thinking, but holy smokes. I'm gonna head back to PA sooner than later, I guess, as soon as I get done here. The fair is 13 days long. Yeah, you worry about the price because you're super cheap, right? So I worry about the price too. But let's just look. I want you to look around. Well, obviously you don't see any other booths here, right? But let's go for a quick little walk. Just a real quick walk. Then I'll get to my point and I'll show you. All right, for example, gardening in a changing climate. This guy's gonna have plants on his table. That's his booth space. This is it. Let's walk over here. Now I haven't seen any, this is the booth space. This is it. I haven't seen completed setups yet, really. You do have the butterfly stand right there, right? But check this out. When you look at that, you're drawn to it. Like you're pulled in. Like something about the wood and the lights. And once all the rest of the pictures are up with the goats, and then you see all the people in here that are happy, and you're standing here along the fence and you're in line, you're waiting, you're just drawn in. And this, I want them to just appreciate the booth space. Cheryl, thank you so much. I want them to just appreciate the animals that are in there, the booth spaces, the happy smiles. And I've heard it a million times. That was the best $5 I've ever spent. I've heard it over and over and over again. I've heard people say I'd pay whatever it takes to get in there. I've heard it said. So think about this. Okay, people are going to pay the $10. It's just how many people are going to pay the $10, right? Okay, do you think half as many people are going to pay the $10? Well, if 50% of the people are not going to pay the $10 because it's $10, we still make the same money as we would have charged $5. So you would literally have to have a 50% reduction in attendance in order to even make an effect on your income, right? 50% reduction. And those who want, and I just, yeah, it's a once in a lifetime thing. It's never been here before. It's the first year. So I think we're going to be okay. I can't sell ourselves short. I just can't. The amount of work we put in on the farm before the fair starts, months and months before the fair starts, the amount of work and emotional things that we have to go through. Natalie, thank you so much. Thank you for the super. We have to be paid for what we do. We do. I just have to make it worth our while. We work hard, very, very hard. 12, 14-hour days, nonstop. Physical labor, emotional labor. We work through sickness. We work Monday through Monday. It's tough. So the only way that price is coming down is if our booth space is really low. I have previous numbers from other events that I can compare to. So at the end of the day, on day one, if we start clicking and realizing that our numbers are way down, we can drop that price. We're not allowed to increase the price, but we can drop that price, right? Diana Cremens, thank you for the $9.99. Lauren is feeling, she had COVID. She tested positive, and just the other day she had broke her sweat, but she's just getting beat up. First off, she's not used to all that work inside of the barn. You know, she takes care of all the admin stuff. She takes care of everything that needs to be done digitally, admin stuff, purchasing product, and now taking care of the farm on top of it. It's a lot of work for her. So she's feeling probably just even more stressed than I am. I'm a pretty level-headed guy. I can handle stress. You know, the military was good to me in that aspect. It got me to the point where I can definitely handle stressful situations. But she's got some work to do in that aspect, but I feel bad that I can't be there for her right now. That's one of the hardest parts. Will you come back to see in person during the fair? Well, I'll be running the Allentown Fair at the same time, so towards the end, but I have another event. I have a car show in between the two events, then they overlap. I've got to get the goats here. I've got to get back to the farm. I got to get more goats together. It's a lot. Wheelchair accessible. Yes, all of my gates and doors are wide enough for wheelchairs to get in and out. So Hope is not coming. No, I don't think Hope will be coming. All right, everybody. Grace says, if there's no time limit to sit with the goats, the line of people could be waiting a long time and not be happy. That's the only thing people hate, to wait, especially in such a big fair. Right. Okay, Grace, let's talk about that real quick before I hop off of here. The time limit, the 0 time limit, was something we had talked about at the very beginning of all of this. When we first started this, we bought like 100 little timers, and we were going to hand them to each person. And as they came in, they would set their timer, and they would go in, go out, drop the timer in the basket, right? That didn't work. We couldn't figure out how to make that work. Then we thought about taking like cattle. You bring and you let 50 people in at a time, and then you kick 50 people out. You red light, your time's up, you get out. Dude, how stressful would that be? The idea behind this right here is to create a stress-free environment. You're supposed to snuggle a goat. You're supposed to be here relaxing, right? And so hence became the no time limit, and it's never become an issue. Now realize we did the PA Farm Show, and we had thousands of people come through the door, and there was a line, but based on the length of the day, the amount of people we could fit in our booth, I had determined the average stay is only 13 minutes. 13 minutes. That's the average stay for people to come in here. That seems fairly reasonable, right? Especially when you have seating for 100. 13 minutes, you're going to cycle through 100 people every 13 minutes. That's the plan. That's what you're capable of in your booth space. That's not a very long line. 13 minutes is not a very long line. And we want to stand behind our claim about, not our claim, but we just want to stand for what we think is right. And what is right is no time limit. You cannot put a time limit on love. Yeah, and people want to move on. People want to go get food. The greatest thing is that if you have a husband and a wife and kids, and the wife and kids come in, the husband is putting constant pressure on the wife to get out, right? And so usually no problem with cycling people in and out. You get the occasional, the reason why it's a 13-minute stay is you do get the occasional people that stay an hour or two. It does happen. But yeah, they put time limits on themselves, right? Well, guys, that's about it for me. This was my second live this morning. The first one, I ran into issues with my mobile hotspot. What did Jeff say? Something, I lost it. I don't know. Oh, if there would be the Steinmetzfamilyfarm farm show with Cat. Jeff said he would have kidnapped Oreo if there was a time limit. He probably would have taken him out. All right, well, that was it this morning. I hope everybody enjoyed their time with me. Karen, it's still $10. It's $10 per person. Now we don't advertise this. I know I got to get off of here. I have 1 minute. We used to advertise children under 2 are free. 2 and under are free, which they are. And we used to advertise it. The problem with advertising children are 2 and under is they don't carry identification with them. They're not walking around with an ID. So all of a sudden, everybody's 2 years old. And I'm not even kidding you. There were parents that were trying to pass their 5 and 6 year olds off as 2 years old. And what do? Tell them they're not 2? No, they're not 2. You can tell them they're not 2, but again, I don't want to be confronted with, I don't want people to enter here all upset already. I want to loosen their guard as they approach the stand. I want them to come into the stand. I want them to shed all of their problems and leave them behind here. And I want them to leave the merch area, through the merch area, and see an affordable t-shirt that they can buy. I want to give them a 100% good experience from start to finish, right? So if we don't advertise the children are under 2 are free, we don't have that problem. And we visually see the person running the stand, somebody's 2 and under, we just say we won't charge for the baby. We're not going to charge for the children. And occasionally we ask, right? But it's not publicly advertised, because then everybody's 2 years old. All right, so I'm out of here this time for real. I love you guys. Have a great day. I will see you tomorrow, 7-Eleven Animal Heaven. Thanks for letting me vent a little bit. Mildred's too. Nice, perfect. Guys, this is the sign off right here. Don't forget, you see that thumbs up button right there? Go ahead, if you're on an Android, double tap your screen. If not, when you back out of here, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. You'll see it after you leave this live stream screen, and you can go ahead and hit the thumbs up for us. Helps us get into the algorithm. And you guys sent a crap ton, I was gonna swear, of super chats and super stickers today. So thank you so much for all that. All of you big time suspenders, I appreciate as well. Angela, 99 bucks was out of control. And Henny 55 was amazing. But love you guys, have a great day, and I will see you